Thank you so much to Pamanar, to Ghazal, and to Nima, and to Gizem, and for you for being here, and to the readers. So I'll read from a manuscript which is almost finished, this Intermissions Things autobiography, and it's a long poem which is cut into sections. And I'll read 3 sections from the middle of the book. Is this the beginning of death? Sun filtering through sometime clouds, 7 p.m., early September. But it was a thought one thought before of R who is 40 and wants to live more by the sea. People's pain needs to be digested. Not what I want to say. And before the thought of communicating pain, people's pains communicating with each other. A suffocating net of wovenness. Hammer nails of rain on the tile roof in Angistri. The sound of drops eviscerated by rivulets from the gutters. An incomprehensible roaring. What does it mean to discover increasingly the poetry survives us, gets written in spite of self, in the real doggy corner? God in this paradise, and the hair of the dead washing up onto beaches, they rake it into piles, gather it in uneven fistfuls to fill garbage bags. The beach boy is Albanian. The Greek tells him to leave the piles. They will dry in the sun, and plus the water will just bring in more. Two-way ferry is like a cockroach egg, perfectly symmetrical, capsular, slightly translucent. No prow, no stern, backs forward into its people-loading dock. This boat called Acheos, Achaean, swings leeward and Angistri spins past, while below the sea drifts to a barely perceptible rhythm. The approach of the city. On the cover of Kalotikos' Poetics of Modern Greece, a still from Angelopoulos' Landscape in the Mist. 3 figures stare across the sea at that thing of the modern city. She couldn't stand the new orange streetlights, their pall of death. The return to the city for her meant this. And Despina, the tall, slender one, dreaming of Elefsiana, an autumn ritual of body orgy, sexual or not, of touch, moving outside one's body. How many ways shall we find to say it? It's a story we'll tell on a long ferry, so maybe we'll start with the crossing of the Nile. Am I not another yourself? One form of a Mayan greeting. Rename everything. Robert Kochik. Unname everything. Antithetical to begin at 0. That thing of having to pass through time. Your words, hotel room, Cambridge, Mass. Your head resting on my belly, our faces facing each other. eyes closed. Your amazement that something like dumb time has to pass. Anything but dumb, as in no shortcuts possible. L asking me with frustration or contempt, so you just want to sit there adding particles of sand to the heap one by one? Let's say a human body is thrown some distance as by a car colliding with it and sending it flying, say, into the air and landing in a heap some meters away. I asked my father once why the human must die in that case. It has just flown and landed. Why can't it stand up and walk away? He looked at me. My love, the human body cannot sustain that kind of shock. The body isn't made of cloth. Organs strike one another. The brain strikes the skull. Bones break. There is hemorrhaging. A shock. The body cannot sustain such shocks as, for a time, to shelter the whole constitution. Frida Kahlo, the house of the wounded deer. Free communication is complicated, open to feelings, regardless of defenses, psychology. Lacking words to express that regardless holds the effort of molecular change. The image of the form seen right before or after waking of a long poem, a writing pushing other writing upward, large rectangular blocks of text with single spaces between them. Skyscraper. Spindly skyscrapers on stilts, swaying with stork nests on top. Orange sky. Adorno in a letter to Benjamin, February 1940. All reification is forgetting. Objects become mere things at the moment they are fixed without being actually present in all their parts. The moment when some part of them has been forgotten. Driving to get coffee, the world starts to spill. Things go straight in as if the heart were an eye. I am soothed by the woman saying, "That made my day." I am soothed by the same woman saying, "She has had a very strange day." I am soothed by her delight in giving me a free thing. I fall into the smile of a child. With her, whatever in the world demands I not disassemble. Withstand larger and larger lakes of this. I'm going to go down the street of no streets. The air today is special. The light mixed with someone else. The streets markedly empty when single humans walk by. I want to lick your cuts, to get to whatever in the saliva is of use. The day told me when to go home, announced the termination of its wellspring of air, softening what? Dried blood of your cuts. Your one trunk up from the ground splits in three, growing on either side of time. Now I'm speaking to the poem. Kahlo's python-thick vines string her body into either side of time. Something has to be redeemed. A sculpted face from the past with oxidation streaking the stone cheeks. Her eyes, holes, looking more than eyes. I work underneath her in my no eyes. I want to put her away. In the painting of Stoyan, Night Wedding, the village idiot has climbed to the top of a cypress. He can see a fire burning in the neighboring village, no one else in the painting nor us can see. Now the thing is dead, the fields are dead. All the crippling lives, the lit lives, in a horizon, a faded, crumbling horizon of crumbled life with a dim lit fusing to the back. The revolution for now is dead. What voice of hatred was that? Skin of eucalyptus after shedding, elephant gray velvet flesh. Weight no longer. The eyes. It's not good, these days gone by. Something is recorded on the cassette tape. There is an image from the future. The thread of the tape spills like guts. Can I have your pencil, Robert, to fit in the grooves of the circle, rewinding? Thank you.